Ladies and gentlemen, with 2023 coming to an end, here are some options for unique budget gifts for those gamers or loved ones in your life. I included a wide selection from some of the more generic gifts that you could probably think of on your own, but I also included some options that I really think is going to pique your interest. So whether it's for the holidays coming up or just to jumpstart some gift ideas for that person you love so big, the goal in this video is to at least have you come away with 2 gift ideas that strike your interest. And no, none of this is sponsored. Let's go. Starting off with what I think is more of an obvious one, Displate. Now, no matter who you are, you can't beat the Displate design and ease of use for these beautiful works of art. From sports to movies to your favorite games, Displate has it all. And now with their addition of 3D printed posters to new glow-in-the-dark options, your friends and family will certainly not be disappointed with this choice. That brings us straight to number 2, the Arcade OneUp cabinet. This is a mini arcade cabinet that's about half the size of a regular arcade game, and you're going to have a selection of 5 different cabinets you can choose from, with having a selection of about 3 or 4 games on each. They have a Centipede cabinet that has Centipede, Missile Commando, and Crystal Castle. You have a Rampage option with Rampage, Defender, and Gauntlet. And you got a Street Fighter 2 cabinet with Street Fighter 2 Championship, New Challenger, and Turbo. And you have 2 other cabinet options as well. By the way, that Galaga one looks sweet, send that my way. These would look so good in a gaming room, or if you're really fancy and have one of them living rooms, definitely more of an expensive gift. But if you have a lot of people over for football games or get-togethers, this gift will certainly leave a lasting memory for sure. Number 3. The gaming cookbook that actually have some very tasty and realistic options of good food to make. We're talking options from Halo cookbooks to God of War, Elder Scroll, World of Warcraft, and even Game of Thrones. This way you have the opportunity to eat like a Lannister. It's definitely a nice swap from your generic Betty Crocker book, and whether you make it an activity with the kids or just a good time with some friends, it's something that shouldn't be overlooked as one of the more interesting gifts. And hey, if you're like me, someone that doesn't cook, it'll still look pretty dope just sitting on your shelf to show off. Number 4. Up next, we're speaking for more of a practical and useful item that people don't typically think of, but we're going with a monitor light. Just in case the light blaring on you from your monitor isn't enough, this small light bar mounts above your computer monitor and will light your entire desk area. Now, these usually aren't designed to go wild with the RGB, but you can adjust the color temperature, and it's designed to not produce a lot of glare on your screen. And because it's a light, it'll do just that, making it easy to see all your peripherals on your desk, your keyboard, mouse, notepads, or whatever else you got on there. For the one I recommend, it's going around $30. It's a very sleek design and simple to use with just a 1-button press. Best of all though, it has a universal mount, so it'll work on your monitor without a doubt. And keeping an eye out for these more practical items will definitely help the people you're trying to get gifts for more than you know. So here are a couple more small and simple options that are going to go a long way. Items like wrist pads for your keyboard, so you're not consistently cranking your wrists every time you go to type. Neck rests are nice and usually overlooked. Lumbar supports, which is a huge thing for me. Mine is thankfully built into the chair, but I couldn't survive without one. Like I said, little things like this will go a long way for people always working or gaming at their desks. And most of the time, it's just stuff you won't want to buy for yourself. Moving into number 5, sticking with that practicality in mind, something that helps me every day is just an under-the-desk drawer. I mean, it's simple, yeah, but it's going to come in handy with your day-to-day workflow or just keep things a bit more tidy and at arm's reach. This under-the-desk drawer stores your notepads, pens, pencils, hard drives, chargers, all that good stuff. There's not too much else to be said here, but for $20, it's just a nice thing to have. Moving on to number 6. Now, I told you there's going to be some generic options here, so with that being said, here comes the Razer Naga Trinity Gaming Mouse. So I know you got a mouse at home, but how about one like this? Coming in standard with a 12 extra button side panel to create a plethora of different macros and keybinds with ease, this mouse has been my personal go-to for more years than I can remember at this point. It's also going to come with different side panels that are super easy to swap due to its magnetic siding, so if you wanted to go for a different look or button layout, this thing is going to come through for you with 3 different button layout options. This also gives you a choice to go between wired and wireless, but all in all, there's not much more to say. It's a tried and true mouse that excels in not only gaming, but is comfortable enough for day-to-day use, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I highly recommend this one. And by the way, feel free to hit that like button for me. I would really appreciate it. It lets me know that you're enjoying the video and maybe even coming away with some good ideas for your friends and family. Thank you so much, guys. For number 7, we're talking coasters. Yup, coasters. coasters. Now hold on, I'm not talking about some cheap coasters you can find at your local dollar store. We're talking some custom coasters. They're going to stay very affordable, and they have a very unique handmade look to them. Go ahead and support an artist on Etsy. I found some really cool ones from Left Coast Originals. There's tons of options from famous video game characters, different logos like Zelda and the Mandalorian. It's something small but works well for like a stocking stuffer. It's going to work for your buddy that has one of those living rooms or very expensive desks. No one wants them rings left behind from your coffee or whatever beverage is leaking all over your stuff. Speaking of coffee though, check out this mug I found on Etsy as well. I know we're kind of getting into some cheesy stuff here, but just take a peek at this. This really stood out to me as a legendary coffee mug from World of Warcraft, showing 135 intellect and stamina with the cream and sugar gem socket. I mean, the socket bonus says 155 haste, and when equipped, increases our concentration by 35%. Come on, is anyone not loving this stuff? Alright, hold on, I got one more for you. This baby bodysuit says baby human soulbound, and that this item begins a quest. I thought that stuff is so funny, but alright, we'll keep it pushing. At number 8, so I think it's time to jump into a bit more color for all the RGB fanboys and girls out there that really like the Govee Glide or the Nano Leaf RGB lights. If you're looking to add some decor to your setup but don't want to break the bank, these lights are coming in at a bit over 40 bucks. You can add them to your wall in a ton of different configurations and designs, taking advantage of their 18-piece kit. They're super lightweight, so once you have them on your wall, you could just use the included adhesive and it'll definitely be staying put. Now, there's an app you can download to change the colors and effects, but it also has a remote, which I much prefer. It lets you control the mode, color, speed, brightness, and effects, so you can really get creative with this product. And like I said, for the amount you're saving compared to his competitors, the package you're getting here is exactly how it looks. A very impressive set of lights for under 50 bucks. Moving into number 9, sticking with the theme of lights, your mama might not like it too much after the electric bill you're racking up, but we have some custom RGB memorabilia from Etsy once again. These are custom signs you can create for your gamer tag or YouTube, Twitch, or whatever it is you're trying to show off. You could put these things anywhere, like behind your setup if you're one of them up and coming streamers, and you can have different styles or formats of personalized LED lights. I mean, you could pretty much get whatever you're thinking of these days, and neon lights are not that expensive anymore. Also, sort of in the same boat, you got other neon signs that show things like the PlayStation logo, Xbox, some old school Nintendo handheld games. Go check this stuff out, links below. It's just a really cool gift. For number 10, it has to be mentioned, a Steam Deck. Now this is a great gift if your buddy's a streamer, but even if you're not, the capabilities of a Stream Deck is a must-have. Being able to change scenes, go live, change your voice, add funny sounds, and like I said, you don't even have to stream. You could just set up keybinds to open Discord, control Philip Hue lights around your room, mute your mic. Think of it as just a straight macro pad. I mean, the options are pretty much limitless, and having all of this right at your fingertips is just a nice quality of life to have. Now for number 11, I grouped a bunch of goodies together as they're more of the typical things you would probably think of, but starting off with new headphones. Now I'm leaving a few options with different price points, but we have the Astro headsets that are known for great quality, and being an owner of the A40s, I could definitely contest to that. The Astro A10s are a great pair of headphones for the price point, sitting at around 60 bucks, with a mic that's automatically going to mute itself once you put it up in its vertical position, which personally, I'm a big fan of that design choice. Then you could step into that next level, you have the Astro A40s. If you're looking to drop a little bit more money, they're higher quality, both in build and sound, as well as it's coming with an external mix amp. Now, if you're really in the mood to drop some cash, I recently switched to the SteelSeries Arctic Nova Pro headset, which are wireless, and they come with this new HyperSense technology, and it's kind of like haptic feedback, but for your headphones, and this design is just to give you a little bit more immersion. But I have to mention my favorite feature with these headphones is that it comes with an external mic, allowing you to hear yourself and all things around you through your headset, and it's one hell of an experience hearing this for the first time. And this also includes the external mixer as well. Now this of course will go hand in hand with the new headset stand, and going back to Etsy, you could find yourself a customized stand where you can add different designs from your name to your favorite sports team. Obviously there's RGB options out there. Pick your poison, just something to keep in mind. Number 12, we have ourselves some custom controllers, something we tend to use every day to suit the person you're gifting, and making it a one-of-a-kind thing to specifically tailor it just for them. It's a great gift and a really good idea. You have options from Scuff Gaming or Modded Zone that have an insane amount of customization. The sky is literally the limit with these companies. You also have the option of just going with the Xbox Design Lab if that's the console you have. Yeah, there's not going to be as many options, but at least you know you're getting an official Xbox remote straight from from Xbox. Set yourself up with different color options. You could write your gamer tag on the controller. You could theme them around your favorite sports team or favorite video game. There's a lot of different options to make it unique for that special someone. And of course, with this, you guessed it, if you have these expensive controllers, instead of just throwing them all over the place, get yourself a set of controller stands. I always seem to go back to these wooden ones. They're just my style and I love that elegant look. But you have stands for multiple controllers, stands that charge your controllers, all the RGB options. And since we're covering all the stands here, I may as well throw in a phone stand. It's something really silly, I know, but speaking for myself, I just never wanted to buy myself one. But once someone picked it up for me, I literally use it every single day. If you're on your phone a lot, get a stand so you can watch your movies or YouTube videos while keeping your area looking clean. And just a heads up, make sure you get the one that has an adjustable angle. Some are in fixed positions, and that's not going to be the way you want to go. You'll thank me later. At this point, if you're just looking to spend an absurd amount of money, you can always look for the latest and greatest consoles, like the Xbox Series X, PS5, and Nintendo Switch. These are definitely going to be your big boy gifts, but they do deserve a mention. And hey, don't sleep on the gaming services either. There's so many good subscription services. For Xbox, you got Game Pass, that legitimately has the best value in gaming right now, with a ton of games you can select from, and they're just constantly adding new upcoming games. PlayStation has a PS Now service, which is almost on par with Game Pass, but not quite there. But all this is great. It's pretty much like you're buying a game from someone, and if you don't know what they play, at least you're getting them like a large library to browse. But guys, if you enjoyed this video and came away with at least one gift option that you found unique, hit that like button to let me know. Subscribe if you're interested in more videos from me coming your way. Thanks so much for watching. Take it easy, guys.